I mean it. I'm saying it for sure. If I see any goddamn Amanda slander after this week's episode, I said the same thing a few episodes back. But you know what? There was mostly, it kind of calmed down. I wasn't seeing as much pushback against her, but I'm still seeing hints and little doubts of her true intentions. Is she a bad person? Is she actually nice to the children? If this episode doesn't sell you on the Amanda greatness and how much we should be standing this woman, I don't know what will. I mean, she is an incredible character, but the fact that there's like that tragic kind of guilt that is driving her to be even more caring towards Fran because of what happened to her parents, the fact that her parents wanted Amanda to teach them how to fight, but looking at it objectively at the time, the safest thing for them was to not fight, to not get killed, and for her, that made it so that they could live a life. And then to hear about how they ended up dying and the fact that, you know, that kind of hindsight being 2020, if I had trained them, would they still be alive today to take care of their baby girl, Fran? And the fact that she's doing everything in her power now to not make the same mistakes with Fran, but not be stupid either, because her original doubt, it wasn't for nothing. You know, you can't just train a black cat and say jump into the middle of a war. As skilled as Fran is, if she's not careful, she can and will die. Hell, we saw in this show early on, she lost body parts, and if it wasn't for Sword Dad patching her up, who knows what would have happened. So the fact that she says, be careful, but I also trust you sort of a thing. You know, I think that's the more subtle growth about Fran's character. If you really look at the beginning of this show and how much she jumped in and didn't listen, she still jumps in, but there is more of a reserved nature. She actually pulls herself away. She thinks things through a lot more. And I think that's what makes it kind of feel like a nice bow to tie it up together. And if you do watch after the credits there's about 20-ish seconds. She becomes Silver Surfer and she's flying around on sword. And then we meet a necromancer who gave me some Shigaraki vibes, not gonna lie, with a to be continued. Does that mean to be continued to, you know, go read the source, or does that mean they'll probably do a second season? In my opinion, they'll probably do a second season. Literally every show gets at least 2 seasons anymore just because of how much anime is being made. This being an isekai, it's almost like a guaranteed success, even if it's a shitty isekai. It will get more. I know people always have their doubts. Oh, what about streaming numbers? What about this or that? No, this show's been doing just fine. Trust me. If you actually dig into it, it's been performing more than adequate. So it will just be a matter of time before we get a season 2, in my opinion. If we don't, it'll be one of the biggest missed opportunities and shocking not getting more at this point, because we're not in 2013 anymore, right? 2020 onwards has really started to say, not only are we bringing back shows that have been 10 years gone, we're also giving literally everything in its mother seasons 2s and 3s anymore. So it will just be a matter of time. But for a final episode, did it do a good job at tying a bow of the current story? I would say yes. The thing about this show is that there's reasonable doubts to have about a lot of characters, whether guildmasters, hell, even Amanda in the initial kind of clingy phase, right? But the fact that they, instead of going the direction of turning people psycho for the sake of it, they actually humanized everyone. Hell, the person who is literally bullying and trying to kill Fran ends up apologizing. Yes, they still have a bit of a hostile relationship, but there's not that pointless drama. The drama that was there made sense for his initial pushback, because it does look from their perspectives like some girl is doing something to get these high rewards and high ranks when how the hell could she? She's a black cat. But after seeing everything, of course, he would take it back and apologize. And the Guildmaster, as an example, in a lot of shows, they turn out to be pretty scummy. And if not, there's a lot more backstabbing at play. But even though he was still investigating Fran, he actually literally admits, like, let's stop the concern, let's stop the wonder of what's to come. Let's just believe this girl, because at this point, she's clearly not a spy, she's clearly not evil. The most they know about is that she talks to herself, right? For some of the people, right? So the fact of the matter is, they just went with a guildmaster who was competent. Who in their right mind should be a guildmaster who's been doing it a dozen years, would see a girl randomly rank up more and more and more, do things no one's ever done before, hell, even doing it faster than Amanda when she was climbing the ranks? Who in their right mind would naturally just say, ooh, this is a story, so we're just gonna trust in the little girl with a big sword? No. This is reality for them. They're going to be cautious. And the fact that it took all season for him to come to the point of saying, I trust in Fran, that's believable. Never felt like he was scummy about it, just more so he was concerned and cautious. And it took him a while to be like, it's okay, I trust her. And the fact that the owl that we ended last week with was actually just like a spectator. And the fact that the owl's like, yeah, it's a little weird, but I mean, the girl's fine. I suspect no evil in her heart sort of a thing. It was just nice. And then when it came to Amanda, like, they actually tied it together with her parents and her And that MAMANDA scene, the fact that it was such a wholesome thing because, you know, she wants her to call her mom this entire time, and she's like, she's not my real mom, but there's something about Amanda being, you know, the guardian to children's. So many people would call her that because, like, she is everyone's mother because of how much she basically protects. And I love the fact that for being such a fan service driven character, she can be so wholesome all at the same time. And I mean, just seriously, I love what they did with both of these characters, both the Guildmaster and Amanda, and how it never went toxic or anything. Just look at Sword Dad when basically Fran ends up getting her new outfit. Immediately I was like, oh shit, the belly button's showing. My Sword Dad's not going to be having this. And he starts shaking the blacksmith down. But I love how they actually give an in-universe reason to why Fran should be showing a little more skin. It actually wasn't like a fan servicey outfit, all things considered. Like, even her shorts, they weren't short shorts. They were like legit normal size shorts. But the fact that the reason why a lot of the skins uncovered is for her species, they need to be nimble and quick. But it's not like you're exposing yourself to danger because, as we see with a giant dwarven hammer, it literally protects. And if something's going to get through that, I mean, you're pretty much dead already, right? So it was nice to see that they kind of had still that exposition, that slowed down, slice of life kind of character buildings, while just resolving all the main things I think they need to. The main conflicts that were there were the Guildmaster potentially not trusting, Amanda, you know, for some people still not being able to be trusted, a person who was trying to kill Fran early into this mission because he basically thought she was sleeping with the Guildmaster. All that type of stuff gets resolved, and she gets to move on to her next objective. It's a tearjerker for many, or it's a comedy joke for us in many of these moments, but it felt like a good stopping point that just leaves you saying, you know, if somehow this is all we got, you can't say it wasn't at the very least an open and shut Act 1. Yes, there's more acts to come, but it was an open and shut Act 1. But with that to be continued, knowing how anime production works anymore, I think it's a matter of time. I thought it was a great watch, definitely a very solid, great isekai adventure, and it did far more right than wrong. Really enjoyed it, and I think the worst thing I would say about it is that I don't have an episode 13 to watch next week, but that's just me. I mean, this wasn't one of those shows where it was so bad it's good or it's generic and we just like the generic isekai. I can enjoy those types of shows, but it was a legit, well-written character drama, father-daughter story with... It just kind of felt like an adoptive family, right? You get your sibling who's this giant beast, you get adoptive mom and dad who are hot anime elf and just caring sword dad. It just felt like a great, wholesome, brutal, but realistic environment for the setting that they were in, and I really hope we get to see a second season sooner rather than later. But I'll pass the torch over to you. What did you think of either episode 12 or even the show as a whole? Do let me know your feelings of Reincarnated as a Sword down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new around here. Now, if you also want to go the extra mile, there is the Patreon. I got a bunch of live reactions going on over there, and you can also get video shoutouts, like a few are about to get here. So we got Akamana Nikita, Ruben Garcia, and Tran Nugan. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.